Hi, church. I'm out here in my backyard listening to the birds and the traffic, and just wanted to record this message for you. So I love this text that was previously read for us from Acts 2:43 through 47. And I want to start with the last verse where it says, "And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved." What is it that we need to be saved from? Maybe you have a preconceived idea about what it means to be saved. I want you to set that aside for just a minute and join me on a journey of reflection. What I would like for you to do is take 1 second of pause, and on a real practical level, what is it that you need to be saved from? What has you feeling stuck or trapped? Where are you at the end of your rope? What is it that takes some of the life out of you? What rises to your conscious mind now? For those of us who have the privilege to be able to self-isolate, maybe we are wanting to be saved from isolation right now. I started with the last verse, but now I want to work backwards to verse 46. Every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts. I like this very practical, relevant, down-to-earth salvation. My salvation definitely includes eating, but I also miss hugs, warm smiles, handshakes, and coffee hour where we get to share food and chat together. One of the practices of the youth at First Church is to meet on Sunday evening to eat dinner together, learn, and play a game. I have had the privilege to work under mahogany with the teaching and facilitating of this, and now that it's temporarily suspended, I really miss it. For now, for me right now, salvation looks like a way to be together again. Let's go back another verse to 45. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. If you have children or observe children, you know that the natural thing for them to do is to want to control everything in the playroom. Mine, 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 even if it means not being able to enjoy playing themselves. As parents, we try to stop this destructive behavior by teaching the children to share. And if the children listen and take the risk to share, then salvation comes to the whole playroom. Sometimes salvation has to come to the playroom over and over and over again until a habit is formed. I've noticed in my adult life, I need to be saved from the notion of having ownership of things. I can easily get trapped in a mindset of scarcity, where I just need to get more so I can survive or be happy or live my dream, whatever the case may be. But ownership mindset always leads me down a road of scarcity and needing more. And I think the reason for this is that I'm trying to make it on my own when I was never meant to be on my own. If I can get out of this mindset even for a little while and enter the mindset that everything I have is from God and is a gift for all humanity, I find that incredibly freeing. By the way, if you need a refrigerator, I happen to have an extra one, or an electric stove, a washing machine. I'm serious. They were given to me, but they're yours if you need it. Also, I have a clothes drying rack. I'll never use it because it's too small for my family. I have been given so much, and I don't mean that figuratively. Literally, half or more of the items in my house were given to my family. Society makes us feel ashamed of accepting something that was not earned. But my Christian experience, I have found it's actually shameful to require payment from someone who has a need, but no way to pay for it, especially when we have extra we aren't using. So I'm not ashamed of the good news that you don't have to earn what you need, and you don't have to charge for the needs of others. I love subverting the system of the world by giving and receiving without any further requirement. Back to the playroom, there are always plenty of toys to play with, individually, but never enough if we own them all. In this respect, I like to think of salvation as something that is already here, that we can practice, rather than something we need to get. So my hope is that we can receive freely and give freely. In the beginning, I asked you what you might need to be saved from. Maybe it's something practical like an overdue utility bill. I believe there is already a system in place to make this known so we can help you with that at First Church. Maybe the thing under the thing under the thing as to why you feel trapped inside is that you want to be understood and loved just the way you are. May you receive the love of Christ freely, as it is already there for you. May you receive the grace of Christ freely. May you ask and receive anything you need freely. Also, may you give as freely as you have received, so your joy may be complete. Lastly, I want to read a fable for you. This one's titled The Miser. A miser had buried his gold in a secret place in his garden. Every day, he went to the spot, dug up the treasure, and counted it piece by piece to make sure it was all there. He made so many trips that a thief who had been observing him guessed what it was the miser had hidden, and one night quietly dug up the treasure and made off with it. When the miser discovered his loss, he was overcome with grief and despair. He groaned and cried and tore his hair. A passerby heard his cries and asked what had happened. "My gold, oh, my gold," cried the miser wildly. "Someone has robbed me." "Your gold? There in that hole? Why did you put it there? Why did you not keep it in the house where you could easily get to it when you had to buy things?" "Buy," screamed the miser angrily. "Why, I never touched the gold. I couldn't think of spending any of it." The stranger picked up a large stone and threw it in the hole. "If that's the case," he said, "cover that stone. It's worth just as much as the treasure you lost." A possession is worth no more than the use we make of it. So now I leave you with plenty of love, grace, and peace in Christ, and possibly a drying rack or appliance. Bye now.